Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, and if you're listening today, I want you to relax, because this episode is going to change the way you think about speaking English.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, and let me guess, you've been told before, if you want to sound fluent, you need to talk fast, right?
Exactly. And maybe you've tried that. You speak faster, your heart beats faster, your mind goes blank, and suddenly your English sounds worse, not better.
Yes, many learners feel this pressure. They think, if I slow down, people will think I'm not smart. So they rush their words, skip pauses, and feel nervous.
But here's the truth, and this is the big idea of today's episode. You do not need to talk fast to sound smart in English.
In fact, sometimes speaking fast makes your message unclear, and when your message isn't clear, confidence disappears.
Today, we're talking about how to talk smart, not just fast. How to sound confident, natural, and intelligent, even if English is not your first language.
We'll show you why native speakers often speak slower than you think, how pauses can make you sound more confident, and how you can practice speaking in a calm, powerful way.
So if you've ever felt nervous when speaking English, if you've ever rushed your words and regretted it, this episode is for you.
Take a deep breath, stay with us, and let's start changing the way you speak English. Starting today.
All right, let's jump into it. Let's start with a myth that almost every English learner believes at some point. If I speak fast, I'll sound smart.
Yes, and this belief usually comes from watching native speakers. They hear fast conversations in movies, interviews, or podcasts and think, wow, they speak so fast. I'll never be that fluent.
Exactly. But here's what most learners don't realize. Native speakers don't try to speak fast. They speak at a natural speed because they're relaxed.
And when learners try to copy that speed without comfort, it creates problems. They rush, they panic, and they lose control of their words.
I've seen this so many times. A learner knows good vocabulary, understands grammar, but the moment they start speaking fast, mistakes appear everywhere.
Right. Words disappear, pronunciation becomes unclear, and suddenly the speaker sounds less confident, not more intelligent.
So let's ask an important question. When you listen to someone, what sounds smarter? Someone who speaks very fast but is hard to understand, or someone who speaks clearly and calmly?
The clear speaker, every time. Even if they speak a little slower, we trust them more. They sound confident. They sound in control.
And that's the key idea here. Smart speaking is not about speed. It's about clarity, structure, and confidence.
Also, many learners confuse fast with fluent, but fluency is about smooth ideas, not rushing words.
Exactly. Fluency means your thoughts flow naturally. And sometimes that flow needs a pause.
So, if you're listening right now and thinking, I always try to speak faster to sound better, we want you to stop doing that. Starting today.
Because in the next part, we're going to explain why native speakers actually sound smart, even when they speak slowly.
And once you understand that, your confidence will change completely.
Let's move on. Now, let's talk about something really important. Have you ever noticed that some native speakers don't actually speak very fast, but they still sound confident and intelligent?
Yes, and this surprises many learners. They expect smart speakers to be fast speakers, but in real life, that's often not true.
That's because what makes someone sound smart isn't speed. It's how they speak. not how fast they speak.
Exactly. Native speakers focus on ideas, not on individual words. They speak in chunks, not word by word.
For example, instead of thinking, I want to explain, they think in phrases like, what I want to explain is.
And those phrases come out smoothly, even at a slower pace, because they're already complete ideas.
Another big reason native speakers sound smart is intonation. They go up and down naturally. Their voice isn't flat.
Yes, intonation makes speech sound alive. Even simple sentences can sound confident when the voice has rhythm.
Let's also talk about pauses. Native speakers pause all the time, but they don't feel embarrassed about it.
They pause to think, to emphasize a point, or to let the listener understand. And these pauses actually make them sound more professional.
Exactly. Silence is not a mistake. Silence is a tool.
Another thing is word choice. Native speakers don't use difficult words all the time. They use simple words clearly.
That's a big lesson for learners. You don't need advanced vocabulary to sound smart. You need clear ideas.
And when you slow down just a little, your brain has time to choose better words and better structure.
So instead of asking, how can I speak faster? A better question is, how can I speak more clearly?
Because clarity creates confidence, and confidence makes people listen to you.
In the next section, we're going to talk about something many learners fear: pauses and silence, and why they can actually make you sound stronger.
If you've ever felt uncomfortable when you stop speaking for a second, don't worry. We'll fix that next.
Let's continue. Let's talk about something that makes many English learners uncomfortable: silence.
Yes, that moment when you stop speaking, your mind is thinking, and you feel pressure to say anything quickly.
Exactly. Many learners think, if I pause, people will think I'm stupid or that I don't know English.
But the truth is the opposite. Pauses don't make you sound weak. They make you sound confident.
Think about strong speakers, teachers, leaders, presenters. They pause all the time.
And those pauses make people listen more closely. Silence creates focus.
When you pause, three good things happen. First, your brain relaxes. You stop panicking and start thinking clearly.
Second, your message becomes clearer. The listener has time to understand your idea.
And third, you sound more confident, even if you're still learning English.
Let's do a simple comparison. Imagine someone saying, I think that learning English is very important because it helps with jobs and communication.
Now listen to this. I think learning English is very important because it helps with jobs and communication.
Same words, but completely different feeling.
Exactly. Pauses give your words power.
Another important point, pausing helps you stop translating in your head.
Yes, when you rush, you translate from your native language. When you pause, you think directly in English.
And that's when speaking starts to feel natural, not forced.
If you're afraid of pauses, here's a small mindset change. Don't think of pauses as empty time. Think of them as thinking time.
You can even practice pausing. For example, after each sentence, take a short breath.
Or pause before an important word. That makes your message sound intentional.
So from today, we want you to stop fighting silence.
Use it. Own it. Let it work for you.
In the next part, we'll show you how to become faster naturally, without forcing speed or losing clarity.
That's where real fluency begins.
Let's move on.
Now, this is the part many listeners are waiting for: speaking faster. But we want to be very clear from the start.
Yes, speaking faster should be a result, not a goal.
Exactly. When you try to force speed, your English gets messy. But when you feel comfortable, speed comes naturally.
Think about how you speak in your native language. You don't think about speed, you think about ideas.
And that's what we want in English, too. Focus on meaning, not on how fast your mouth is moving.
One powerful technique is speaking in chunks. Instead of single words, use ready-made phrases.
For example, instead of building a sentence word by word, use phrases like, "in my opinion." The reason is, what I want to say is.
These phrases come out faster because your brain remembers them as one unit.
Another key point is rhythm. English has a natural rhythm, strong words and weak words.
When you learn rhythm, your speech flows. You stop sounding robotic and you start sounding natural.
Also, stop trying to pronounce every word perfectly when you speak fast.
Yes, native speakers connect words, they reduce sounds. That's normal English.
And the best way to learn this is through listening. Podcasts, short videos, and real conversations.
Listen first, then copy the rhythm, not the speed.
Another important tip: relax your body. Tension slows your thinking.
Your shoulders, your jaw, your breathing. When these relax, speaking becomes easier.
So remember this: don't chase speed, build comfort.
And when comfort grows, speed follows naturally.
In the next section, we'll talk about common mistakes that actually make people sound less smart when they speak.
And you might recognize yourself in some of them.
Let's continue. All right, now let's talk about some common mistakes learners make and why these can make you sound less smart, even if your English is good.
Yes, this is important because sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly. Mistake number 1: rushing words. We've mentioned it before. Speaking too fast without control makes your English unclear.
And mistake number 2, overthinking every word. Some learners pause too long trying to find the perfect word, which breaks the flow.
Right. Overthinking slows you down and interrupts the natural rhythm of speech.
Mistake number 3, translating in your head. Thinking in your native language first and then translating slows you down and makes sentences sound awkward.
Mistake number 4: using filler words excessively. Words like you know, are normal, but too many can make you sound unsure.
Yes, a few fillers are fine, but too many distract the listener and reduce confidence.
Mistake number 5: ignoring pauses. As we said earlier, silence is powerful. Skipping pauses makes speech rushed and unclear.
And mistake number 6, pretending to know everything. Some learners use words they don't fully understand to sound smart, which can backfire.
Exactly. Clear, simple language is smarter than complicated language you can't control.
So here's the good news. All of these mistakes are fixable. You just need awareness and practice.
Start by speaking slowly, thinking in English, using simple words, and embracing pauses.
And the best part? Once you fix these mistakes, your English will sound confident and intelligent almost immediately.
Next, we're going to give you a practical exercise that will help you put all of this into action and sound smart in just 60 seconds.
Yes, that's where theory becomes practice.
Let's move on. Now it's time for the fun part. A practical exercise you can do today to start sounding smarter in English. And the best part? It only takes 60 seconds.
Yes, and don't worry, you don't need anyone else to practice with. You can do this alone at home, in your room, or even on a walk.
Here's how it works. First, pick a topic. It can be anything simple, like my favorite hobby or why I like learning English.
Next, set a timer for 1 minute. Your goal is to speak continuously on that topic for the full 60 seconds. Don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on clarity, pauses, and rhythm.
Tip 1. Chunk your speech. Instead of thinking word by word, speak in short phrases. For example, my favorite hobby is reading because it helps me relax and I learn new ideas every day.
Tip 2. Use natural pauses. Take a small pause after each main idea. This gives your brain time to organize thoughts and makes your speech sound confident.
Tip 3. Don't force speed. Speak at a comfortable pace. If you speak too fast, your words might get lost. Clarity is more important than speed.
And tip 4, record yourself if you can. Listening back helps you notice fillers, unclear words, or places where a pause could help.
Here's a mini challenge for our listeners. Try this exercise every day for 1 week. You'll notice your speech becomes smoother, smarter, and more confident.
Even just 1 minute a day makes a huge difference. Your brain starts thinking in English, your words flow better, and your confidence grows.
By the end of the week, you'll feel a real change. You'll stop worrying about speed and start focusing on how smart and confident you sound.
Exactly, and the more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Next, we'll wrap up with a final summary and listener challenge to make everything.
Let's go.
All right, we've covered a lot today. Let's do a quick summary so everything sticks.
Yes. First, we learned that fast speaking does not equal smart speaking. Clarity, confidence, and structure matter more than speed.
Then we talked about why native speakers often sound smart, even when they speak slowly, because of phrases, rhythm, pauses, and simple words.
Next, we explored the power of pauses. Silence is not weakness. It gives your brain time to organize thoughts and makes your words stronger.
We also shared how to speak faster naturally, without forcing it. Focus on comfort, chunks, rhythm, and connecting words.
And we covered common mistakes that make people sound less smart: rushing, translating, overthinking, fillers, and ignoring pauses.
Finally, we gave you a practical 60-second exercise to practice speaking clearly, confidently, and naturally.
Now here's your listener challenge for this week. Pick a topic each day. Anything simple, like my day or my favorite food. Speak for 60 seconds using the tips we shared. Speak in chunks, use pauses, and focus on clarity. Record yourself if you can, then listen for places to improve. Repeat daily for 7 days.
By the end of the week, you'll notice a huge difference. Your English will sound smarter, smoother, and more confident, even if you speak at a natural pace.
And remember, this is not about perfection. Mistakes are normal. They help you grow. Focus on progress, not pressure.
Exactly. Confidence comes from consistent practice, not rushing.
So, take this challenge seriously, but have fun with it. Enjoy speaking English. Enjoy expressing yourself.
We believe in you. And if you stick to this challenge, your English will start to sound smarter and more natural in just 1 week.
That's it for today's episode of the English Learning Podcast.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, talk smart, not just fast.
See you in the next episode.